Dog attacks and aggression have some Alachua County residents concerned, but longtime trainers like Pepe Peruyuro says there are things that owners can do. Along with some famous names in wrestling like Teddy Long and JB Cole, Elijah has taken part in a wrestling show for fundraising tonight at Murray Hill Baptist Church. In case of flooding, the department also deploys these drones out to neighborhoods to assess damages and spot residents who need assistance. Crews are getting ready for the 50th year anniversary of Gator National here at Gainesville Raceway. And more than 30 competitors show up for the top dragster race today. The Jacksonville Fire Rescue said that it could have been this motorcycle that started the fire, which you can see was reduced down to a skeleton along with other parts inside this shed. Mumford says these gears will protect firefighters from heat exposure, but not the generated particles, and all the reasons why he wants the state to pass legislation like HB 857. And that's what's it. The 40th Pride Parade has come to a conclusion here at 5 Points. Everybody is having fun, right? In recent years, Valdosta has invested millions into preventing spills, but it didn't take into account that a few more inches of rain can make miles of difference on these rivers. See that burgundy truck over there? The owner of that truck told me that her window got smashed a week ago. It's a feast for the eyes and a blast for the ears as these monster trucks rolling from all over the country and are roaring their way into the Tia Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Every kid at this Christmas show party will receive 3 toys, and the luckier ones will receive this bike right here. At this summer camp, the focus is on solving crimes.
It looks like some sort of bomb or something like that.
They are looking into cases once handled by some of the most experienced forensic experts.
I'm sure the computer could tell us more if we looked into it.
Now through the eyes and imagination of 15 young detectives.
I believe they might be evidence, so I'm taking a shot.
Welcome to CSI Academy. Located in the city of Alachua, some 20 miles from Gainesville.
To be able to start it at the lower level like this with high school teenagers, it's pretty exciting because that just goes to show that our future is going to have a lot of qualified people in forensics.
They are leaving no stone unturned, no surface uncovered.
The impressions will help us get details that we might have missed in the photo. So we try it both ways, and hopefully the goal is to eventually find the shoe that matches this print.
Learning the knowledge and skills from real crime scene investigators.
I may start just explaining something like I would the process to my peers, and then I realize, no, some of these students are as young as 12 years old. I really do need to change the explanation of that into something they can relate to and understand.
Some of the basic forensic techniques that students acquire from this academy include scene assessment and photography, evidence collection and packaging, fingerprint processing and analysis. This is the 4th year the Academy has organized a CSI camp for high school students, teaching them the basics of criminal investigations through real-world scenarios.
One of the rooms, it was like their child just went missing, and he said that the room was always clean. So when we came in, the child was missing, but the room was completely messed up. So then you could assume that it was probably like a kidnapping or a burglary.
Patience and diligence are important qualities.
We would put it on the brush and then just kind of dust for fingerprints. And then once you found one, you would put the tape over it and lift it.
Youth and inexperience are not barriers.
If you put your personal life into it, you'll get personally involved and you'll try to make assumptions on your personal basis instead of your professional.
Considering how quickly they learn the terminologies and techniques. Well, maybe with this exception. Here they are testing bloodstains, finding different patterns by dripping blood from different heights and onto different surface materials.
Did they soak in? Yeah. So you might have to preserve that area until after dark so that you can use like luminol or blue star, which basically lights up from the blood.
For those who make it a career, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reports criminal investigators earn an average salary of more than $80,000. How's the job market looking right now?
The market is there. What these agencies are looking for typically are hands-on training.
The biggest discovery may come from within. If they graduate inspired to become a CSI, more than just crime show fans.
Hopefully they'll take away an appreciation of forensics and what it means in criminal cases. And if nothing else, hopefully they'll take away some photography skills.
Quan McWil, WUFT News.
The therapeutic horseback riding program at a Marion County school has come to an end. It was designed for children with special needs, and as WFT's Quan McWil shows us, that bonding is greatly missed.
When Debbie Ehrlich first learned how to ride a horse in Colorado, she fell.
After that, I didn't want anything to do with horses.
She went on to assist kids with special needs in New Hampshire, never expecting to have this unusual friend.
Of course. No, not in the mouth.
Snowflake convinced her to get back to the saddle.
Snowflake was the horse that I rode on, so I was very comfortable with her. It's just a good horse.
The Marion Therapeutic Riding Association used to run 2 locations, including this one in Greenway. Debbie has volunteered with the organization to provide equine therapy to those who need it, including students. Not just any students.
I'm going to be on the news.
Students with special needs at Hillcrest Public School.
You as in Wales?
After 34 years of horse riding therapy and generations of horses, MTRA had to stop the program at Hillcrest after the campus suffered hurricane damages and sinkholes.
If financially they can't be at Hillcrest, I wish we would have known that from the very beginning and we would have moved forward, because my kids have lost 2 years of riding time.
The students here love riding horses.
He knows that the horses aren't there anymore, so sometimes he has a problem with that where he gets disciplined.
Dwayne Porter says his son Nate, who's mostly nonverbal, jumped the fence near his classroom to try to get back to the horse barn.
You want to ride Miss Daisy? He knows what I'm talking about.
We released a joint statement, MTRA and the school district, both saying that while we are sad that we've come to an end of an era.
Eras don't end without consequences. MRTA's farm was the only place to find a happy reunion today.
Hi, Snowflake. Hello.
MTRA is working on a busing proposal to bring some kids over to Greenway, but expects the barn to remain empty at Hillcrest School. Quan McWil, WUFT News. At UF Health Chance Medical Equipment and rolling carts. Take a stroll through the halls.
I'm diabetic and I had part of my foot was amputated.
You might find yourself like David Wilcox.
It's beautiful. It's the ringing from it.
Who feels delighted about the melodies from behind that door.
Hey,
the
Cathy.
65-year-old musician shows up for her unusual gig in this unusual setting with a psaltery, one unusual musical instrument.
When she plays for you, it's like she waves a magic wand and you feel healed.
That magic wand is the bow that Cathy uses to play with the psaltery. It can also hit the right tune for holiday music. It's his 12th day in the hospital this time around, but David says he's also spending his 3rd Thanksgiving here, yet he's not alone.
3 years and you've been here every time to play a new song, and I really appreciate that.
Music can have, on a surface level, a distracting effect, where it gets your mind off of the pain that you're undergoing from surgery or from medical procedures.
Indeed, Cathy says she loves seeing her patients respond to her music, whether it's the tapping of the feet or the idle hands that just can't wait to try the magic from the music. Cathy is a songwriter and a band leader who has performed all over the country, but she says she focuses on these intimate concerts where she knows she's connecting with her audience.
Creating community with music in whatever way I can and whatever setting I'm in, and it really was a perfect match.
A perfect match that Cathy Dewitt cherishes, from playing music for her patients, whose lives may not be perfect, but beautiful and melodious in many ways. Quan McWil, WUFT News.
First at 5. From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.